One of the most annoying thing about creating software is not the actual process of coding or solving bugs. It is getting more users onto our apps. And look, I think I can speak for most of us here, but we're not the most social of the human race. However, if we want to make more money and get more users onto our apps, we need to do a couple of things, even if it's outside our comfort zone, to get more users. And luckily for us, this is totally doable. And so what I like to do in this video is show you how I've gotten nearly 500 emails, as well as nearly 300 visitors per week onto my applications. And by the way, this was done without a single payment to an advertising company or like Google Ads or anything like that. This was totally free and without any sort of money or investments involved. And with that being said, we can head over to our handy dandy eraser.io and we can get started with how to get more users. I want you to guess what this one thing and the current meta, like the actual cheat code to getting more users and people interested in your apps. I want you to guess, okay? I think a lot of you probably said the best way is some sort of marketing or some sort of paying a content creator to make content, right? It probably would have been in this sort of field, right? However, you are mistaken. This is not correct, and we will actually fix this. The single most overpowered way, and you're gonna hate me for saying this, but you will understand why this is so overpowered. The best, I keep repeating this, the best way to get more users in 2024 and probably for the near future, I'll put a little user like this, and by the way, I love Eraser.io, it's really cool, is content creation. And again, before you leave this video, because this is sort of new or it's a new belief, I thought the same thing and I believed that content was so stupid. But again, if you don't have a lot of money that you can put into marketing and you don't really have another choice to get more users, this is such an overpowered way. And I just hope that you just give me a couple of minutes to explain why. And look, I'll actually show you how to do this in 3 steps, like how to post content and what to do. In addition, I'll have like a little extra step at the end for those of you that aren't totally interested in content creation, but just want to do some little extra things. And so let's do something like this. And the first thing I just wanted to cover real quick is the past versus present marketing and getting more users. And by the way, I'm sorry if I'm really business oriented, but I hope that's fine. I come from a business past, so hopefully you can appreciate that. So I think why it's so hard to accept that content creation is the best and most modern way to get more users onto your apps is because of the past and how we used to do marketing in the past. Literally think about it. In the past, right? This is a TV. Let's say this is a TV and this is, item that people are interested in, right? This is a TV and people are watching, okay? Oops. In the past, really, really rich companies, maybe not even that long ago, maybe like 10 years ago, they would pay the TV to show their item, right, on the screen so that users who are watching this will say, wow, this is cool. This was step one. This was like basic marketing at the time. And this is what people used to do. They'd go to a newspaper, they'd go to a TV and say, hey, show this item on your TV channel and let people have a way to buy this. Many commercials were done like this and commercials are still done like this today. However, there's been a shift in how companies and people are marketing to users. Because of things like YouTube, like Instagram, like TikTok, we can directly talk to our users without the intermediary, you could say, of a TV network or a channel. So instead, what you can do is, let's say this is you. You have an item and you want to sell it to a user. What you can do instead is, rather than paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to a company, this is your user, by the way, you can literally use a medium like content creation, like YouTube, like TikTok, like Instagram, that directly talks to the user for free. I am talking you making videos on the subject, and we'll get into that directly interests the user so that they can know more about your product, get interested in your product, and they see that you have an offer and they buy it from you. And so let's remove this. And so what we can write here, just real quick on some notes, the past would be TV and, a lot of gatekeeping. And in the present, the modern way of doing things is content creation. Again, you can hate me for saying this, you can ridicule my views on this, but this is what has worked for me and for the millions of people that I know. This is the modern day of doing things, and is just the best. Also, it's free, so why not do this, right? And so real quick, right? The two things we're going to cover next is what is content creation for, getting more users, and because, some things just post, just as like a brand, and it's another to do it specifically for getting more users. Also, what we'll do, I'm going to show you how to post content to get more users. So the what and the how we're going to get done right away, so you know exactly what you need to do so you don't get lost. And by the way, I don't benefit from this. I literally don't have a single thing to sell you in this field. So I'm just letting you know what has worked for me. That's literally what's going on. I've learned a lot from people who post content and like these gurus that talk about this. But literally, I have nothing to sell you. This is not one of those buy my 10K a month YouTube course. This is literally just what I learned, okay? So what is content creation for your business? This simply means to make posts in your niche with you or the channel, right? We can say the channel, like your face or the channel being the face of the company. Literally, the past few things that I've used have been because of people online. Everyone's on YouTube, everyone's on Instagram, billions of people are on these platforms. When you show yourself, when you show your product, people want to use it. For example, right? I found Shad Cien from a YouTube tutorial. I found it that way. You probably went to my website, maybe not, maybe you did, because of me, right? You would never have gone to my website because of the SEO search or anything like that. In addition, I'm using Eraser because I found it from a YouTuber called WebDev Cody. And so just understanding that by posting in your niche and having your channel as a face to let people know that your product is available is the way to go. With an example being me or Shad Cien UI or Eraser.io. And look, I get this a lot, but this does not mean that you have to be a influencer at that. Let's just say no influencer, okay? We're not trying to be a damn influencer or even do this full time. But all I am saying is to maybe post about things in your niche. And then a good example of this would be, again, Shad Cien UI. I think we can all kind of attest to this. But let's go to Twitter or X, as maybe we'll call it. And let's go to Shad Cien UI over here. And look at this. They are a fully functioning business. And all they do is post on Twitter. And simply by being around this, having them there, and them actually being interesting, like they post funny things, people will want to use their product because more people will know about it. And so guess what? When they want to announce something, because they built up a following by posting a lot and being interesting, now look, they have the V0 product, we know about it and we want to use it. And so right now, you're probably looking at me and on the screen, like I can literally see you just looking at me right now, like Nazar, what the fuck? You're probably saying, Nazar, okay, I know my niche, I know my business, I want to get more users, and I know that I need to post content to do that. But how the fuck can I post content? In the most simplest way possible, and I'm gonna be a little bit unorganized here, but it's fine. The way to post content for your business is to pick one platform. So this could be Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like literally whatever you use most, I think is the best thing. Use that one. And whatever your product is, like whatever your SaaS or the thing you're trying to sell is, talk about that niche. So again, Shad Cien UI, they talk about UI. They can expand and they can do stuff like that. But if you're in like the coding space where you're building out a library for developers, talk about maybe developers or libraries, like expand within your field and stick in there. A great example of this actually is Appright. I forget who the founder is. This guy, I actually know the founder. He owns a product of Appright. It's like this coding tool that helps you with some coding. And look, they just post about what they're building. They make memes. They just talk about it. And they built out a decent following as a result. So now whenever they want to introduce something, they will easily have the following there. And so literally all you want to do is just talk about the niche. And finally, just be patient. These things take time, but I'm telling you, if you just keep posting, you will just build up so much momentum as a result of posting and talking about content that you will have a decent following. And look, I was actually going to talk about SEO and stuff like that, but if you actually want to check that out, I will leave the SEO video up here. Like I already talked about it. That will basically just allow you to put things into your app that will allow you to get better SEO search, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you like the video, like the video. And if you want to join the Discord community of 1,000 Nizzies, there's literally 1,000 people there, then I'll leave it down below. It's an awesome community. And if you want to check out the SEO video, I'll leave it somewhere around here. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.